No, I'm not going to cue up the thing. And we are live. Welcome everyone to the news. Welcome to So What I Miss. Today we have coming up Flash movie talk, Fast 9, Transformers, a hell of a lot of pictures of stuff going down. So all that and more on So What Did I Miss? Let's rock and roll, guys. Listen. And we're back.
All right. I think the music in that needs to be taken down just a notch. I don't know, in volume
it needs to come down a couple dials. Yeah. We could just acapella.
That's what we were doing.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Okay. I like that.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining. We have Pat with me, your host, me and Chris. Chris.
Oh,
you and Chris. I knew I would screw this up right away.
How do you our name?
Our panelists, John O. He usually does all of this, the intros. I didn't want to do the intros. I didn't mentally prepare. And we got Rob as well. To start things off, we're going to do my box office report. This thing I'm trying to get off the ground. I don't know if anyone even cares about this stuff, but
last weekend. I care what you're doing, Chris.
Yeah, we do. I want to win.
Yeah.
What do we got on the line? We have to put something on the line. That's the problem.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Bragging rights. Maybe somebody will have to send some snacks somebody's way or something like that. But so the weekend box office continued to its downward decline this weekend. We had the top three. Pat, if you want to put up my graphic for me. Hitman's Bodyguard coming in with just under 11 million. Quiet Place Part 2 just continues to roll 9 million, and Peter Rabbit with a modest 6 million. The biggest thing is In the Heights continues its lackluster performance. I think a lot of us, all of us had In the Heights somewhere in the top 3 last week, and we're all wrong about that, unfortunately.
I thought word of mouth was gonna carry for it. So guess not.
I know reviews are good, but it just, I guess that doesn't matter in terms of this box office right now. But but none of this matters. We got Fast 9 coming out this week. This monster hit coming in, and will it break 100 million? I guess that's the big question. I guess the first thing. So Fast 9. We'll talk about Fast 9 for a bit. Success aside, we know it's going to make money, but I guess the question is it going to be good? Are you guys anticipating this and thinking? I know we can't see it because we're in Canada, we're Ontario, but if you were able to see it, do you think it would be a good movie, and would it rank in the top of fast movies? I know there's 9 of these things, but if you can recall.
Well, I'm currently rewatching these movies with my sons. We are actually on number 6, and I completely forgot that Gina Carano was ever in it. I kind of said this before. I found some of those movies to be just really kind of annoying when I first saw them, like the later ones. I think the probability of it all. But I'm enjoying kind of watching it now with my son. So do I expect a lot out of number 9? No. Am I excited to see it? Probably not, but because I'm watching it with him and he's all hyped for it, then I'm kind of like, all right, yeah, we'll definitely give it a go. It just, as you said, it's unfortunate that we in Ontario have no access to seeing it for the foreseeable future, because I don't believe that our theaters open up until round 3, and we're only jumping into round 2 of opening next Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it really sucks that we're not going to get to see it, but I think it's gonna do well. You can probably take all those numbers in the grosses and add them all together, and that's probably going to be the opening box office minimum, and it doesn't fail to deliver box office thrills. Like, if you're going to buy popcorn and sit there with a bunch of buddies and watch it, I don't think it's going to fail to deliver in that department. They've got a lot of things going on in that movie, though, like John Cena and all kinds of stuff getting thrown in there. I don't know if it's all gonna work at once. If you watch that Fast and the Furious kind of like rewatch, Paul Walker, big part of that series for me, and he was gone as of volume 7. I want to call it. Yeah, so 7 they kind of had to stitch together what they had left, and after that, I didn't like the movies as much, but upon rewatch, now that I've kind of come to terms with our loss of Paul Walker, I did enjoy them for what they were. So I think it's still going to be good.
Yeah.
I think the only thing, and this is just more of a critique on the franchise, is I think that Vin Diesel's 53 years old and he's still acting, and I don't mean like as a thespian, but somebody who's still in his 20s, rocking the tank top and stuff, and there just doesn't seem to be an evolution based on what we've seen in the trailers. So I don't know.
But Rob, I just watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I know, late to the party.
Yes.
How old is Brad Pitt in that movie? Is he also 50 something in that movie?
Yeah, I think he's 50.
He's probably around the same. I want to say he's around the same, 54. Like he's in his 50s, though, and he looks incredible in that movie. There's a scene where
he does, but
takes off his shirt, and I'm pretty sure the whole audience just went whoa in theaters and stuff like that, right? So I don't know.
So Brad Pitt is more than a one-dimensional actor. I feel like
yes, you are 100% right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, if you ask me, I totally agree with what you said. I think this movie is going to kill it in the box office, no matter how you slice it. The same way every Transformers movie kills it, right? But from an actual like good or bad perspective, I think this is going to be the best one because John Cena's in it.
Where I haven't seen him in any of the trailers.
Oh, all right.
I mean,
all right, guys.
I'm pretty sure he's going to carry that movie with his ridiculous.
Whoa. It'll be fun.
All right, guys. Speaking of how well it's going to do, we'll continue our box office game from last week. Let's see the standings. We got Pat with he got 2 points last week. Rob and I both got 1, and John continues his streak with a goose egg. So our overall standings are Pat with 3 points, me with 2, and Rob with 1, and then John with 0. So what we're going to do this week is, the top 3 is going to be pretty obvious, but let's go with how well do you think this movie's going to do? What's the opening number in terms of the box office for the weekend, domestic box office for the weekend? What do we think it's going to do? To give you some context,
I was gonna say, can you give us some hints? Like what did
F8 came out in 2016. It did 98.8 million. The highest movie since
what about pandemic stuff though?
Yeah, the highest movie since I'm getting there. The highest movie since the pandemic was 47 million. That was over Memorial Day weekend, and that was A Quiet Place 2. So, and then the gross box office for that weekend was a little under 100 million, and then it's kind of steadily declined about 10 or 15 million per week up until this week, which is about I don't have that number handy, but it's about 45.
Just make up 40, a number.
Yeah, 40 or so million total.
Yeah,
gross. So that's how many people are going to the movies, around 40 million. Now, I guess you got to think: is this movie going to bring the viewers? Right? Is it going to bring them out? And are we going to get a number over 100 million? I guess that's the big question.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so here's how the scoring we're going to break down.
I agree.
Price is Right style. Can't go over. Go close.
Okay, we're not going to do Price Right style. That's not going to work. We're going to do 1 point for the person who's closest. If you're within, what did I say here? If you're within 10 million, you get another point. Or if you're not the winner and you're still within 10 million, you get a point. And then if you're within 1 million either way, plus or minus, you're going to get another point. So if you potentially get 3 points if you're really good at this. So let's
I don't get it all. Just tell me what points I get in the end.
Okay, yeah. So we'll go. The person with the most points will go last. So John, you can venture a guess first. Oh, and you can't pick the same number, obviously.
So what was the highest that you said something got?
47 million.
47.
That was a quiet place.
Opening weekend. I think everyone's primed to go out. You're seeing them share red carpet things on the internet. Everyone's just standing together, all the cast and all that kind of stuff. So I think everyone's going to go out for this one. I'm going to say at least 100.
100 flat. That's what you're saying.
100 flat. Okay. So no one can pick 100.
111.2. Shut up, Rob.
All right. So next
Rob's going to be like 101.
Rob, you can go now.
Well, do you have the stats on what Fast 8 made? You said it was 98 million, right? Opening weekend?
Opening weekend. Yeah, it was in 2016.
I'm going to go 112.5.
Ooh, 112.5. All right. So my guess, I'm going to undercut you guys. I'm going to go low. I don't know why. I just feel like it. 68 mil. I'll go. and then Pat gets the last.
How is it possible that in where we are now, it's going to make more money than a movie that came out 3 years ago, not during a pandemic?
You want to know why I say that? Because I think that, well, the U.S. is all open, right?
Yeah.
The Canadian box office accounts for very small amounts, so regardless of Ontario being involved or not, it would only account for like
it's about 9%,
7 to 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually think that people, this is the first big movie. I think people will be rushing out to go and see it.
I want to split the difference between John and Chris's numbers. So, John, Chris, you said 68, so we'll go up to 70. I'll say 85.
85. All right.
And those are all very feasible. I'm just going on a long shot.
I hope you
could be huge. Like
long shot that's only like slightly more than mine.
Yeah, but I don't think though that this movie will crack $1 billion. I said that when we talked about the summer movies list on the main show. I said I don't believe this will crack $1 billion.
Yeah, I think
because of what's happening around the world. So
internationally, it's only at about 300. So it's got a long way to go if it's gonna get anywhere near.
John Cena pissed off China, so it's not happening.
Yeah, that too. Well, it already opened in China, and it the first weekend I think was huge. I wanted 100 million, and then it dropped like a lot, like 80%. It dropped the next weekend, which usually happens in Asia. But anyways, got the numbers in. We'll see how that goes next week, and then I think next week we'll have the Purge, the new Purge movie comes out. Maybe it'll challenge it depending on the numbers, and then I think 2 weeks after that we have Black Widow, so we'll have some competition in there.
Yes, Black Widow.
All right, so that's the box office news. Pat, if you want to just take that away for a minute for me. Okay, so our main news item today is Paramount announced the official title of their 7th live-action Transformers movie, and it will be, I'm going to pause for suspense, Transformers Rise of the Beasts. There we go. There's the title card. All right, I'll give you some background here. It's based on obviously going to be obviously going to be based on the cartoon series from 1996. It'll include Maximals, which are the descendants of Autobots, and then the evil Predacons, I'm guessing, which are the Decepticons, and then a new, I guess, can you say race of robots or designation of robots of the Terrorcons, which are like reptile-like creatures. It's going to be set in 1994 in Brooklyn, and also some scenes filmed in Peru. It's going to be directed by Stephen Chapel Jr., who did Creed 2. It's going to be written by Joby Harold, who wrote Army of the Dead, so that should worry all of you. It's going to star Anthony Ramos from the Plummeting in the Heights, and Dominique Fishback from Project Power, if you remember that movie with Jamie Foxx on Netflix. And also we'll have the return of Peter Cullen, who plays Optimus Prime. And it is set to a release date of June 24, 2022. Beast Wars, are you guys hyped about this? Are you guys old enough to even remember 1996 when this cartoon first came out?
I think it was
already, so.
What was that, Pat?
I'm watching it.
Oh yeah. It was outside of my wheelhouse. I was way past 96. I was 20, so I wasn't watching Beast Wars or Beastmasters, whatever the hell it was called. But I do believe, though, that there will also be a lot of Generation 1 Transformers in this movie as well. I think there's going to be an amalgamation of a bunch of the different generations. But that being said, my biggest thing out of this, and what I find to be most shocking, is that in 1 year, they haven't even started principal photography yet. In 1 year, this movie is coming out. That sounds like a long time, but it's really not. When you figure you got to do all the filming, which takes a number of weeks, then you've got special effects and everything else. That is a really short period of time for a big budget FX heavy movie like this. So I have a bit of a concern. I'll be very honest with you.
Rob's crunching the numbers time wise. He's like, they're on the clock here.
Well, think about it. Okay, but look,
it's like, post production, pre production.
No, but look, they're filming Shazam right now, and that's not coming out until 2023.
Oh wow!
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you've got a lot of these movies that are filming right now that are not scheduled to come out until late 2022 or early 2023. These guys haven't even started filming yet. So that window is really small. And I know it's a year, but a year is not a long time when it comes to movie production for a size of this scale.
Maybe they're going practical on everything.
What, you're gonna get big robots in a Coburg and just have them on stilts? Like, what are you talking about?
They just unveiled. Yeah,
Like,
an
there's
auto
two
transforming Optimus. So maybe they're going practical.
The little one.
You guys
They'll
Those
make
are
it in
real
scale.
robots, yo.
I mean, as what I assume as the youngest one of the four of us, right? Like, I'm probably the one that actually has the best, I guess, memories of Beast Wars. And Beast Wars was like it was Transformers for my generation, right? And the thing about Beast Wars was that it's a really, really beloved franchise because it was a very like it had a lot of like grown up, adult, mature themes running through Beast Wars, and it wasn't just good guy, bad guy. There was like characters that kind of switched sides, and like, you know, there were sacrifices made to be like characters sacrifice themselves, you know, and there were a lot of
You mean like in the movie, the Transformers, the movie where half the Autobots died? Come on,
yeah, but like how many of them actually sacrificed themselves for the greater good? Don't answer that.
all of them.
But
Every single one of them, Optimus Prime.
So, anyways, my point is Beast Wars is like the subset of Transformers that a lot of people have very fond memories about. And I'm pretty sure the people that are making this movie are aware of that.
Yeah.
Right. And they're not going to mess this up. So
they did say the majority of it's going to be filmed in Brooklyn. Are they going to be like really large beasts, Pat, you think? Like fighting like King Kong, Godzilla style? Or is it going to be like...
They can't, because like I mean they're supposed to be robots in disguise, right? So if they actually bring like, you know, a Cheetor or whoever, they have to be regular human sized, like real size Cheetors. Otherwise they wouldn't be in disguise. Like if you turn into a giant Cheetor, you're not in disguise at all.
Right? What if there's a giant Cheeto? What if it was just a giant Cheeto? And you're like, oh, that looks so tasty. And then you go to and then you realize it's a death-eating robot,
right?
Yeah,
but like the entire gimmick is that, you know, so I don't think they're going to be gigantically sized, right? They're going to be around like, I mean, Cheetor is going to be the size of an actual Cheetor, give or take a couple of like, you know, a
couple centimeters.
Yeah, well, because previous Transformers movies, you know, get Michael Bay style, blowing up buildings and fighting over cities. So this one, I guess, will be more of a street level. Seems.
Now, will it really be Brooklyn, or will it be Toronto dubbing as Brooklyn, like the Incredible Hulk, where you see the Zanzibar and Sam the Record Man in the background? Just wondering.
Could be. Some of the shots might be.
Toronto makes a really good facsimile for like Brooklyn sometimes.
Right. Vancouver does not make a good one for the Bronx, though. We learned that the hard way with Jackie Chan. Wait a minute. There's mountaintops in the Bronx and New York? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for your thoughts on that one. That's the main story. You know, we got a lot of pictures to cover now. I'm gonna throw it to Pat for pictures with Pat and Rob, I think, because he's gonna be the one talking about most of these.
No, pass it. I'm not allowed to talk in this segment.
No. You are. So what do we find out on the internet today in terms of pictures? Well, this is the type of stuff.
God, I hope they're not dick pics this time.
First of all, we found this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice ride. It's nice
ride.
ride.
It is a 69 Charger driven by Batman.
Get out of town.
So that's
probably
what is it?
30-inch rims. Like, what are you gonna do with those? Who's gonna mount those tires for you?
Alfred. I legitimately don't know what car this is, John /Chris / people who know cars. I know it's Batman's car.
I'm pretty sure it's complete. It's probably some original concept or something like that. Maybe made by Bentley, or I don't know. The front grille looks. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a Mazda.
You're not drifting in that thing yet.
It's not a Honda.
So this is taken from the set that they are currently filming Flash in London, England, and there's a lot of these shots that were taken, these behind the scenes shots. So yeah, as Pat said, that's Swain rolling up that. It could be a Rolls Royce. I mean, it's I to say, but yeah, or Jaguar maybe.
Yeah, we actually had a lot of pictures from the set of that specific movie. So moving forward, we also have this.
Yes.
This is
Sasha Calle.
The Supergirl in her Supergirl design. I had this question previously, like, is her design supposed to be new? Because I don't know any Supergirls that look with like the short hair, black hair look. Rob, can you enlighten us?
No, I'm sure John's more for the comic accurate stuff. But there's a couple of shots though that this is a very dull, muted color costume that she's wearing. because this is, I guess, the stunt one. So I guess obviously because they'll CGI the cape and everything else afterwards. There's another shot where she is in a cape, but there's one that you saw that's very bright. So I've never seen a Supergirl with short hair like this, to be honest with you, but I'm all for it. I like the costume. I think it's pretty cool. It keeps with this Snyder aesthetic of the S. And I don't think we're, I mean, if we remember last week, we talked about the symbol, the chess symbol was released by Andy Muschietti, the director, and you can see a lot of that Kryptonian language in there that was kind of cribbed from Snyder's costume. So I like it. It's different, but I'm okay. I think it's great.
Yeah, I don't know if there's another shot, but I think there is no boots. It almost looks like a onesie on the way down. Yeah, like it looks like she's just wearing like socks. So it's an interesting design. I think there is a short-haired version of Supergirl that rocks a haircut like this. I don't know if this character is supposed to be anyone other than the traditional Kara Zor-El or whatever. There's a couple other Supergirls from other dimensions that had short hair and things like that. Yeah, different designs.
But I think that's what this movie is supposed to do, right? It's supposed to kind of merge together a bunch of other versions and like put it all together in one place, right? Which is why there's a lot of hype and why there's a lot of people involved, a lot of characters involved, right?
Yeah. John's right. If people were, I mean, if you were reading comics when they did Rebirth, Superman's costume had they had blue boots. They didn't have the red boots. They didn't go into that until about halfway through the Rebirth era of Superman, right?
Don't know if I had gotten that one. I'm sorry. I only got these for
no, it's fine. Listen, they're all over. Like there's videos of her in the actual cape. It's a long flowing cape of her coming down and shooting up into the sky on the crane and the wires. I know Gordon just said that the abs are crazy fake looking.
Well, they don't make sense. They go in like different directions. They're really
Kryptonian physiology, John. I don't know.
I assume it's a costume just designed for the light look. But yeah, I think someone mentioned that it's very Injustice looking. I think Superman did a costume that kind of has this red on top look. So I think it'll look good. And this is off camera, non through the lens, non-finished shots and stuff like that. So anything can look like. Not so hot, but I think it looks pretty decent. Yeah.
Well, and again, we said that this costume is her stunt costume. It's not the, it's not the one that she would be wearing as she's walking around on scene, right? So.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Next one.
Because there's a harness. There's a harness underneath, right? Anyways.
We can revisit it if more pictures come up. So
this is Rob's guy. Rob's
favorite. Who is that?
I love it. That I wish was my adoptive father. That is Michael Keaton rocking the original Bruce Wayne hairstyle. I mean, I should have sent over a photo of him from Batman '89 and even Returns from '92. But he's still rocking the same type of hairstyle, just a lot grayer. But man, he looks good. I got to tell you. Yeah.
So you think he's going to be like full Flashpoint style? So you think he's going to be Thomas Wayne?
No.
No.
He's Bruce Wayne. They showed a chair and it says Bruce Wayne on it, like the acting chair where he sits during scenes.
All right, cool.
Next, we have a couple of shots of our friend the Flash.
Yeah.
Or what's his name? Ezra Miller.
And then that's Iris, the late girl Iris. Kirstie Clemens, I think.
Yeah.
And then more importantly, you also see this, which is him standing there, and look what's on his fingers.
Ew.
It's either the Flash ring or maybe another type of ring, like a Legion flight ring. But let me just say, look how dorky he looks standing there. That dude does not look like it is.
He did not pose for that picture.
No, but you know what though? You're right. I think though that he's supposed to. I think I think this is his character. He has a suit that doesn't fit. He's not going to be a sharp, finely dressed CSI guy. He's going to be a guy who this is probably taken outside of a courthouse, and he probably has to testify or whatever. And he's like, he's throwing on a suit because he doesn't wear suits to work, right? So, yeah. So I get it. I'm purely conjecture. I'm just assuming that's what it is. But if that's what it is, then it makes sense to me. The ring looks a little bit wonky, to be honest. It looks like the end of a ring pop. But as long as he's got the ring. That means we're going to be seeing that popping out of his. It's gonna be popping out of that, the ring, the costume. That's pretty cool to me. So,
well, there's nothing discreet about that ring. Like if you went to meet someone and you put your hand on the table or you were holding your Starbucks, they'd be like, "What is with that thing on your finger?"
It's so heavy.
So this is the new Flash movie, right? Just someone asked.
It's the new Flash movie. Yeah. It's the new Flash movie that's that's apparently shooting right now.
Yeah, it is out in London, England. Yeah, it's that they're gonna think he's part of the Illuminati with that ring. So
the Stonecutters.
It would be like Jeff Speakman in The Perfect Weapon. On the other side is a tiger. He flips it over.
No one's gonna get that reference, Rob. You only got.
All right, is that all the Flash?
Right, moving on. Let's talk about it.
Jeff Speakman in The Perfect Weapon from 90 something, probably.
It
was a big deal.
1990.
Also, a release. It's of Dame Heather Mirren in the Shazam movie.
Shazam 2. Yeah. Okay. Do you know what character she's playing?
Is
it obvious from that costume? I'm sorry.
It's not obvious from the costume.
It looks like Shazam's mom.
Yeah, Mother Shazam. Okay.
Wonder Woman's grandmother.
Shazam's grandmother.
Yeah.
More like it.
Looks
or
like
his girlfriend.
Lunch together.
He likes them old.
Hey, Michelle, what's up?
Yeah, I really don't know who this character is supposed to be.
You know what? I do. They mentioned it. They mentioned it some time ago as to who she is. I'm going to quickly Google it.
Old Sylvie.
I just think this is an unflattering costume for her. So I don't know if they're going to fix it up a little bit.
Yeah, it won't look like this in the movie.
Pulling her hair all the way back and stuff like that. Like
Hespera.
Oh, thank you. Hespera. I know exactly who that is.
Really, really helpful.
Gesundheit.
Look it up.
Thank you.
All right, next one.
And since we're talking about the Shazam movie, this was also released, and it's the official costume. I probably messed the order up. I probably should have went with this first.
Yeah.
But this was posted by the people that worked on the movie because they didn't want people it was going to get spoiled anyway, so they just put an official picture out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the director. Yep.
The director
so
put an official picture.
Looks like the redesign of the Shazam costumes. I'm liking it.
It looks much better.
It looks much better.
For comparison's sake, Rob sent me this, so I'm going to use it. It's this. Look how different they look.
Oh wow! Yes.
From the old style.
Can you enhance the lower picture?
No, I can zoom in.
No, this is not like CSI. Enhance. Yeah. I thought you did it for a second there.
The girl who plays Darla,
very puffy in the lower one.
The girl who plays Darla, in the purple outfit. So that's probably the most. It doesn't look like it's changed that much. The rest of them, I mean, look at Mary Marvel, right? I mean, she was in a skirt before, and now she's in like a much more one woman type lower outfit. The color scheme looks a lot better, but yeah, it's not as puffy. So David Sandberg, the director, was saying that the problem with having it be so puffy is that they needed to have the lightning symbol light up, and it was a practical effect, and it was so many problems with it. It would only light up for like 20 minutes at a time. Then they had to recharge the batteries and all that.
Why didn't they abandon that?
So it's not real muscle?
No. So what they did on this one, though, is that they're using a special reflective tape, essentially, that the light will bounce off, and then they'll use CG in post to make the lightning bolts. So the costumes look a lot more sleek and more pressed on them, and it's funny looking at the first one, like the Shazam one. He looks like a giant Twizzler in the 2019 movie comparative to what he looks like now, right? And also some information. So the girl who plays Mary Marvel and Mary, she switched, right? In the first movie, it's the same girl now who is playing the stepsister. When she changes, she'll be the same actress. They're just going to change up a little bit of makeup and stuff. So they're not going to hire the other actress back to play Ms. Marvel or whatever, however she wants to go by. So
the younger one,
Marvel.
Okay.
Right, so she's going to be. It's going to be playing both characters. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and I agree with Michelle. Those boots are pretty fire. So go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry. I accidentally. Okay, sure. We have one more picture to come from the movie world. It's this.
Yeah, that's Pat's favorite.
The Borderlands movie is the wrap. It is now in what I would assume is post-production, pre-production, whatever level of production we're in. And very soon we're going to see Borderlands starring Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
It's a starring Kevin Hart. I think it's an ensemble cast, right?
Yeah, Kate Blanchett and
Kate Blanchett,
this is Claptrap, who's played by Jack Black.
Yeah. I was gonna say this guy has a name, right? So
yeah,
Claptrap. Yeah, he's the. If you ever played the game, he's the guide. He's the one that welcomes you to the world of Pandora and tells you what to do the entire time. And the entire time, you're like, "Oh, this guy's a jerk. He's telling you to do stuff, and everything is everything it tells you to do is a trap, and you end up getting almost shot at every time."
Sorry, Pandora, isn't that Avatar?
I believe it was Pandora. Somebody can fact check me, but I believe the world.
I never.
In
sounds about right. I played the first two. It sounds about right. Yeah. I don't remember though.
Yeah, so those are the movie pictures that went around. One thing I really want to talk about as well is that Spider-Man, written by Nick Spencer, is at the end of its 3-year run, and this book is ending at issue 75. So this is the cover for it. So if you guys are interested in Spider-Man, hit us up, hit up Heroes World. Let us know if you want to pick up this final issue of Nick Spencer's run. And the reason why it's relevant is that there were a couple of writers that actually that kind of teased that this character is coming back. # Spider-Man Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, John Yo. So the reason why this is relevant is that they posted the picture of it was actually Kelly Thompson. She posted a picture of this symbol, and everybody immediately equated to the Scarlet Spider symbol, which is why everybody is saying that there may be something going on with Peter in the comic books. It's funny because as I assembled these pictures yesterday, they didn't do this yet, but earlier today they actually posted this. A lot of it is very, very they didn't really say anything else, but it looks like there's a possibility that Peter Parker is going to die in the comic books.
Yeah. So Scarlet Spider was the Ben Reilly character, I believe, that replaces Peter Parker in the infamous Clone Saga and takes over and really pissed off a lot of Spider-Man fans, saying that the original Peter Parker you've been following was not him. It is actually this Ben Reilly character. And this costume in this picture with the black kind of insets, I think was the costume that Ben Reilly wore when he took over as Spider-Man. Yeah, so that it's an interesting concept, and yeah, Nick Spencer had a hell of a run, so it's pretty solid. So, but Spider-Man is always moving. It's one of Marvel's most kind of consistent books if you just want to read good stuff. So I'm looking for it. This has actually got my attention, so I'm definitely interested.
Yeah, and then obviously my favorite part of all of these pictures is when we talk about action figures. So I love Ninja Turtles, and NECA actually showed pictures of this Oroku Saki and Hamato Yoshi 2-pack based on the movie. So if you guys don't know, this is Shredder and Splinter's boss. Splinter's master, not boss, in the movie. So what they're doing is they're releasing these officially, and they come with all these accessories, and they come with this dope little Splinter figure.
Oh, cool.
That's amazing.
Right?
That looks like something that you would just misplace, and you'd be like, shit, where the hell is that?
100% Pat's going to drop that for day one.
That looks like Master Splinter.
Yeah, that is Master Splinter.
That actually is Master Splinter.
Small.
Exactly. So Izzy's on point. Yeah.
Master Splinter is not a small rat.
I'm super excited
Master
about this.
Splinter is...
And I think, let me just see here.
It's pre-ooze.
Yeah,
pre-ooze Splinter before he got really big, right?
This is the pre-ooze Splinter from the movies, and like in the story, like I don't know if you remember the movie. What happened was, his master was killed, and he was trying to save him, and then he lost his ear, and then he got oozed, and he became Master Splinter.
I remember that scene. The mouse was doing kung fu at the same time as the master, right?
Exactly. That was the mouse. This is the mouse. So, and that's all. That's the gist of what I got in terms of pictures from what I scoured on the internet.
All right, thanks, Pat. So yeah, just to close it out, I got a bunch of quick hit news bits that didn't really fit into the main story. The first one is the Suicide Squad trailer debut. Another trailer, Suicide Squad debut this week, focusing more on Idris Elba's Bloodsport. These guys down here, they did a trailer reaction, so check it out if you want to know their in-depth thoughts on the trailer and whatnot. I guess I bring it up mostly because there was some controversy about it. There was a large number of people that were kind of disputing that opening scene where it's described that Bloodsport sent Superman to the ICU with a kryptonite bullet. Basically, everyone was saying, "Oh, that couldn't happen." That's not going to happen. But James Gunn is on it.
Why not? What was their reasoning on Twitter behind
it's not possible.
upset about
I don't know. They didn't like that idea of this guy doing this, but guess what, James? Don't come at James Gunn. He's got context to prove it. And he shows a panel of a comic book where basically they're describing that, in fact, someone did shoot him one time with a kryptonite bullet and send him to the hospital. So,
let me, and I quote from Superman, meanwhile, Bloodsport is still on his rampage. And the fact that he has access to kryptonite casts this business in a whole new light.
Yeah.
End quote.
So, don't come at James Gunn. Come correct if
you're
going to come at him.
James Gunn wants all that smoke.
That's the John Byrne. That's John Byrne Superman right there.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So guys, check out that trailer reaction for the guys' thoughts as well. Next bit of item. A lot of Karen Gillan fans in the room. I think the Netflix confirmed that Gunpowder Milkshake, her action movie, will be released in Canada on Netflix on July 14th. So we're gonna get that. Pretty soon.
It's not just her. It's also Cersei.
Yeah, Lena Headey.
Michelle Yeoh. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's kind of an ensemble, I guess, in that sense. Okay, next bit of news is so delight Rob. Zack Snyder's Justice League cut is getting a 4K Blu-ray release September 7th. So Rob will have a nice DVD hardcover to add to his collection. Or hard copy.
It'll be. I probably will be in 4:3. It doesn't matter. Funny enough, I was actually going to rewatch that movie like this coming weekend or whatever, but I'll hold off and I'll wait for the Blu-ray to come through because
if you were hardcore, you would buy a TV that fits the aspect ratio that this movie is intended to be in now.
You know what, John? I can rotate my television and have it display the other way. So.
No, I think math whiz, it doesn't work out to the same.
Whatever, man. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna love it.
All right. Next bit of news: Harrison Ford, who is 78, was unfortunately injured. He injured his shoulder while rehearsing an action sequence in the new Indiana Jones movie. The extent of the injury isn't known.
Like a G. This guy's a G, man.
Yeah. Harrison Ford, man, still putting it down. Action scenes at 78, almost 80. Wow. They don't expect any, significant delays. So the movie still is scheduled for July 29th, 2022. Harrison Ford, OG, man. Ready.
Has he not been injured in every movie for the past 10
years? Injured by the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, he tripped on the Millennium Falcon door, I think.
The door, it came down on his leg and it broke his leg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought he
they closed it on him. Didn't he crash a plane and walk away like some kind of freaking action?
Yeah. This guy is he
if
real life Bruce Willis from Unbreakable? What's going on?
No, if Harrison Ford was like, who wants to go flying? I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna take a cab.
It's the opposite of Unbreakable and Bruce Willis, man.
Yeah.
Also, Harrison Ford does smoke a lot of pot, so maybe this is part of the problem as well. No, I'm being serious. He loves his weeds, so it's quite possible that he just doesn't feel these things. He's like, I think my shoulder's something wrong.
Good for inflammation, I hear. Yeah. All right. Next bit of news, Disney is in the early stages of development on a new movie called Tower of Terror, which is going to be produced by Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow herself. Yeah, sorry, I mixed up.
Scarlett Johansson, not Johansson. She's not. She's not from Denmark. Oh, okay. Scarlett Johansson.
Is she not? I thought she had roots there. That's where her name came from.
Maybe.
Or are you just being like generic here?
Anyways, go on, Matt. Go on, Chris.
So that's based on a Disney ride. So another movie about a Disney ride. Hopefully that's a good sign for Jungle Cruise, which comes out this year, starring The Rock. Yep. Next bit of news is the smash hit Demon Slayer, anime Demon Slayer. It's going to have a video game adaptation that will release in North America as well. So originally it was slated for Japan. Now we got it in North America. It's made by Sega. And it'll be releasing October 15th. I should have grabbed the screenshots for that so Pat could have shown them, but it looked really I just recently watched season 1 and I enjoyed it. Okay. Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms gets a release and a physical date release of August 31st. So that's like a cartoon version of a Mortal Kombat movie. So don't worry, it's nothing to do with that live action thing that came out earlier.
It's okay. I watched the first one. It's okay, but you know.
people seem to like it. So, anyways, and the last bit is the Shang Chi trailer is set to debut on NBA Countdown, which started an hour ago at 8. So it probably
already, bud.
So it probably already aired, and look for a trailer reaction from us, I guess, right after this. I guess if we saw it at this time. Yeah.
John, you're on mute. You're on mute.
John, you muted yourself.
I've got it right now. You guys want to do it now?
Sure.
I haven't seen it yet. Like,
no,
I legit
right.
Well,
none of us.
I'm down.
None of us. I've got it right here queued up. If anyone in the comments, I don't know. We've never done this live, so I don't know if YouTube's going to shut us down. But you guys want to go for it? We can play it right now. Yeah. All right.
Why not?
Are you able to clip it out later?
I can clip it out later. So welcome everybody to Let's Trailer Reaction. We're talking
change the title,
Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi trailer reaction. Hold on, let me look at this. We're live right now.
Oh yes, look at that on the fly.
So we're doing this. And yeah, it just dropped during the NBA something or rather, Chris?
NBA Countdown. Yeah, so it's the pregame for the.
For somebody who's really into basketball, I feel like you should know that, John.
Only because John Stamos wasn't playing in the league tonight.
John Stamos is not coaching either of the two teams tonight.
But this trailer just came out while we've been live, so let's hit it and see what.
Let's watch it live and see what happens. All right, thanks for the heads up in the chat, guys. So we're gonna watch Shang-Chi. So if you guys want to watch this on your own, maybe plug your ears for a second, or you can join us. I think this will be fun. If you
we also might get kicked off. So
if all of a sudden this goes blank, then thank you everyone for watching. Let's rock and roll. So let's trailer reaction Shang-Chi, and we'll talk a little bit about it after. So when I clip this together, if we get cut or whatever, let's go rock and roll.
Throughout my life, the 10 rings gave our family power. If you want them to be yours one day, you have to show me you are strong enough to carry them.
Our guy. Oh, the gold logo.
You are a product of all who came before you.
Michelle Yeoh.
The legacy of your family. You are your mother. And whether you like it or not, you are also your father.
Tony. That kid was ripped.
I told my men they wouldn't be able to kill you if they tried.
Shout out to Rush Hour.
Glad I was right.
You're gonna let
He's just a criminal who murders people.
Be careful how you speak to me, boy.
I thought I could change my name. Start a new life. But I could never escape his shadow.
My son, you can't run from your past.
Is this what you wanted?
You got this.
This is like an abomination or something.
Rob had to put his glasses on.
What a nerd. All right, thank you folks for watching Shang-Chi, Marvel's Shang-Chi, Legend of the 10 Rings official. This is the official trailer, so and Pat just lost the camera. So what we watched before was the teaser. So this is the first full-out trailer that we've watched for this. So that was pretty crazy. Let's jump to Rob first, because he's always good at putting his thoughts together when he cheats and watches the trailers before we all watch it. But go ahead, Rob.
But I didn't watch the trailer before we all saw it.
What are you talking about, Rob? You react live every time.
No, I didn't see it. Okay, I'm very surprised. As weird as it sounds, we didn't see a lot of the character actually fighting. We only had small snippets. A lot of exposition setting up the dynamic between him and his father and the reason why he's not part of things. Two things. One, Chris said at is that the abomination at the end that's in the cage? Probably not, but it's so
hard to tell. It's
fast,
a big
hard to tell.
CG something.
But
so
number
it could
two,
be.
when he's in the water, at first I was like, Falcor? What is? Are we crossing over the Neverending Story? But that might be Fin Fang Foom.
Dragon thing that they spoiled. The toys spoiled it. There was supposed to be like a little dragon or a white dragon, but before we knew what it was, they just released pictures of a toy of it. It was like a white dragon that looked like the dragon from Neverending Story.
Oh, okay. So I was right when I thought it was Falcor then. Okay.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
It's it is a very interesting trailer. It's very different from the teaser that you mentioned, John. We didn't get those comedic hits in this one at all. There is no commentary. There's no words from Awkwafina.
Very toned down Awkwafina. Yeah, very toned down. Yeah.
There's so it's great. It's great. I mean, if you pair that with the teaser we got, I mean, that just explodes. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. They gave us a little bit more exposition of what to expect in this movie.
Yeah. All right. Pat, what do you think?
Oh, I'm looking up for a picture. Go to Chris first.
Oh, okay. So Pat needs more time to cheat his answer. Chris Ho, what do you think? Did you dig the music? Yeah. I know you were a big fan of the music.
I
in the first teaser.
I love the song from the first one. This one, the music I think fit perfectly. Really got me hyped up. A lot of good action. It looks very like street level, so it's toned down from kind of these epic Marvel world in peril kind of things. Looks like a very struggle with a very intense struggle between father and son, living in your father's shadow, trying to stray away from the path that he set for you. So it looks good. A lot of action too, and you saw a lot more of the rings being utilized. And this is some sort of dragon. I'm trying to talk and look at this thing at the same time.
This is Awkwafina from Legend of Raya, right?
Raya the Last Dragon.
Raya the Last Dragon, right?
Some crossover with it, Raya.
Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, they spoiled a bunch of these random like Shang Chi toys because Hasbro released them during like their meetings or whatever, and then they released this as an image for like retailers, and people are like, "Why is there a white dragon in this movie? Why is there a dragon for a Shang-Chi movie?" Right? And this trailer was the first time that I saw anything close to Falcor from the Neverending Story. Right? So yeah, apparently I thought this was going to be one of those things where they release a toy that has nothing to do with the movie just to get people to buy in, but apparently this thing's in the movie. Right, it was underwater, right? Like, so apparently it's a real thing.
Yeah,
I just wanted to bring this up for Rob.
I can't wait to watch the screen now. So yeah,
we had talked about it, John, when we were looking at the photos when they released, and you saw that Shang-Chi had these interesting marks on his arm, like these rings. We were like, oh, I wonder if those are the actual power rings, right? Instead of being rings on your fingers, if they're, and obviously this trailer just shows that we were right. So score one for you and I, buddy.
Yeah. Well, in the trailer, it looks like, I guess that is the Mandarin character wearing them and using them. So I guess if Shang-Chi gets them by the end of this movie, he's definitely a contender to be able to go toe to toe with Hulks or Abominations or something like that.
But his dad is the Mandarin, correct? His dad is the Mandarin, I believe.
Is it confirmed that he is the Mandarin?
We don't know.
Well, wasn't he the Mandarin?
He is.
Was he? Isn't that the comics? Is that, or was it originally?
No. Shang-Chi's father is someone else in like Fu Manchu or something.
Yes,
ridiculous.
You're right. But I thought that they had retconned it to be that he was right. But I thought they had retconned it to make him the father.
We got John helping us in the comments here. Yeah, so his dad is the Mandarin now. Yeah, so that's cool. And Stu confirming here. Yeah, so that's what happens when we do these things live and we don't get to look up all that stuff and react. But I really like that logo was gold. The Marvel logo was all gold. I think that's an Asian thing. It's pretty cool. Simu looks good. Awkwafina. I actually don't mind her brand of comedy, so I definitely would find if they splice her in more.
I'm already shipping the Shang-Chi Awkwafina combo already. They're in like one team together having a drink, and I'm like, let's do it. Hit it up. Put them together.
All right. Well, I think that was that's a good, like, we're gonna have to watch it a couple more times. It was about 2 minutes, a little under 2 minutes, so we're definitely gonna have to rewatch that. I don't know if there's any other news to cover other than a Shang-Chi trailer. Pat, did you have anything else to say about it? Because we kind of skipped over you and came back.
No, like that video, like that trailer told me a lot more about the movie than that original teaser. I'm a lot more excited about the movie now than just the teaser. Because now, it's interesting. Now, like Rob was saying, there's a lot more exposition.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stu's going crazy for Wong, so it's good to see Wong back.
I actually didn't see him in that trailer. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. It's interesting, though, because last week we talked about how this week we're supposed to have some huge trailers come out. We got Snake Eyes. We had Suicide Squad. What else did we have that was big? We had something else.
Not James Bond is what I'm gonna say.
No, we didn't. They didn't drop a trailer, but we had obviously the Shang Chi. There's something else came out this week, and I don't remember what it was. But I mean, listen, what comes out tomorrow? I'm sure something will be dropping. You know, it's not unheard of something dropping on a big Friday, right? So we'll see.
That James Bond movie's done. So yeah. Like it's
been done for a while. It's supposed to be out a year and a half ago. Don't get me started on it, okay? It's killing me.
Get a trailer. Come on.
We've got enough trailers out there. Just Google them and right there already.
Guys, I think it's Abomination. I don't know though. You know, if only chat can confirm if it's Abomination. Please confirm, chat. Was
Abomination not already in the MCU in that Edward Norton movie, that Hulk movie?
Yes,
I think
he was. I don't know if that's considered part of the universe anymore. It is.
Okay. It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be coming back for the She-Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah, Tim Roth supposed to be, I believe it's for She-Hulk. He's coming back as the Abomination for the She-Hulk TV show.
Very cool.
He'll be back. Yeah.
Wow.
John, you look lost.
That started as news, but ended with a trailer react. So I'm just down for that.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. I purposely put that at the end because I thought it might come out. So
you're a genius, Chris.
You're a genius, Chris. We bow down to your superior intelligence.
No, the genius is letting Rob talk until the trailer drops.
That's a nut. Man, that's all right. Next time I'm saying shit. That's fine.
But next time there may not be a trailer to react to, so you're fine.
Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, unless you guys want to talk more about the trailer, but I think we'll have to.
Should we this trailer reaction and then switch back to news now? Finish the news show. You want to do that?
Is there any more news to cover? Do we have any more news to cover?
We're good.
I don't have any more news, but we usually do a what's up for the weekend, and then we do.
So let's get into it. So
you gotta switch the title. We're done with your reaction.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot that this trailer is up there. Hold on a second. Do I have to play the intro again?
All right, cool. No, that music is too intense. All right. So the last
we're not playing. I think we should like
when you change
we're going back to news. It's like go back to news. Anyways, okay. So
should we do a running bit of the 5, 6, 7, 8? Run that, John.
Oh man, shout out to the Scrubs podcast. Anyways, so what's going on this weekend? Obviously, we're all going to rewatch that Shang Chi trailer immediately after this. But Chris, since you were going to pose the question, I'm going to throw it at you first.
Oh, geez.
What are you going to watch this weekend, or did you need to cheat off everybody else's answers? And anyone in the comments, let us know what you're going to watch this weekend.
I guess I'm going to watch the Shang Chi trailer, and I just finished season 1 of Demon Slayer. Maybe I'll watch the movie if it's available somewhere. But that's that,
someone. Yeah. I think someone posted earlier that it's available on Funimation now.
There you go.
So, cool. All right, Pat, what do you got going on this weekend?
I actually haven't seen Raya and the Last Dragon yet, so I guess.
You should watch that.
Yeah, I can.
Remember when I said you should watch it with my kids, and you're like, "Nah, I'm gonna watch it tonight." And then so now you haven't seen it. It's fun.
Now you know why you didn't want.
Yeah, you want to watch it alone. And watch Aquafina the Dragon and see what that toy is all about. Rob, what are you watching this weekend? Is it?
Well,
and it's
John,
not Justice League. Oh, look at Michelle, so jealous. She's got tickets to F9.
Where the hell does Michelle live?
Yeah, let us know what you think, Michelle. All right.
Wait, hang on. Are drive-thrus not open in Ontario?
Yeah.
What, you mean drive-ins? Yes, they are.
drive through.
Yeah.
Hey, there goes the movie. Thank you.
If there's a movie you watch in a drive-in, should it not be Fast 9?
No, I don't want it through my Mazda speakers. I want to be like immersed. So John, I believe that this weekend I'm going to be watching Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1. We are going to be. It came out this weekend or this week rather, so we will be doing a review of that on the Heroes World main podcast on Sunday, as well as Loki episode 3. I've already seen it, but for those who haven't, you can give it a go and join us Sunday night as we review that. But I'll be watching Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1. That's what's going on for me.
All right. Well, big shot wrapped finale. I'm very sad. Anyways,
Good
hopefully
Lord.
it gets renewed for season
Good
2.
Lord.
So this weekend, yeah, I'll be watching the Long Halloween as well too for our content on Sunday. Loki episode 3 is definitely on the docket. And Rick and Morty will be on Sunday, I think. So we're gonna watch some Rick and Morty, and if you guys dig Rick and Morty, we'll start adding some Rick and Morty content because that shit's wild. So I don't think we got anything else to cover. Was I feel like something else is hitting Netflix this weekend that maybe we forgot about. Anyways, we'll figure it out, or we'll come back next week.
Come
Go.
on,
Oh, by
6,
the way,
7, 8.
yeah, I wasn't ready with it.
You weren't ready. Come on.
It's a whole second menu. So anyways, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching the news. So we try to do this every Thursday at 8:30. So if you dig this, please tune in and let us join us in the comments. Hit us up. You can text us or message us articles that you happen to find throughout the week that help us build up the news. And the Heroes World podcast, new episodes every Sunday. And the Heroes World Sidekick Show, we are still going live every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week, I think we're just gonna shoot the shit with everybody, right, Rob? And we're gonna come up with some ideas for
Yeah,
the upcoming shows. It's like a classic, yeah.
Classic Ask Us Anything. So join the chats and ask us if it's a TV show that you're currently watching. Maybe we've seen it. John and I have been watching the Superman and Lois show, or at least I have. Movies, comics, anything. Throw at us some questions, and we'll field your questions and answer them as best we can. So it's an Ask Us Anything episode on the Heroes World Psychic Show, Monday at 8:00.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. So Rob, you can find him on the _905. New episodes coming someday
Next week.
All right. And Chris and Pat be very kind to put together all this news for us every week. So
yeah, thanks, guys.
And you see them on a lot of our other content. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you everybody for joining us in the live chat. Chris, are you going to count us out, or are we done?
Oh. 5, 6, 7, 8.